and welcome to Well Rooted. My name is Haneen and I am your host of today's Rooted Recap. Our Rooted Recap episodes are our solo episodes that are much shorter than our interview episodes. On today's episode, I want to discuss the beginnings of festival season here in Los Angeles. And our festival season began a couple weeks ago. And for a lot of people, that began with Coachella, weekend one. But for us, MENA community here in Los Angeles, it began with Nochella. Now, for those of you that don't know, Nochella is the first ever, I would say, community response to Coachella and to the global state of the world. And it was a very beautiful, well-curated event that was put on by our friends at For Your Viewing Pleasure, Diaspora People's Place, and I want to say Midnight Books, which is based here in Los Angeles. Well, all of those brands are based here in Los Angeles. And if I'm missing anyone, I'm so sorry. But the event was incredible. They had a huge turnout. It was over 1,500 people in one place, 1,500 people of conscience, I should say, in one place. It was a beautiful curation of vendors, amazing, incredible food, drinks, gear. There was lots of great merch from many amazing brands. I bought this exclusive t-shirt from For Your Viewing Pleasure. I have several t-shirts from For Your Viewing Pleasure. I absolutely love their work and everything they stand for. And they had this really cool limited edition t-shirt that they were selling that day. I bought a hat from Stitch for Pally. It was like the camo hat that said Free Palestine on it. We got some really good food. They had a wonderful lineup of live entertainments, like a sound healing bath that was just so mesmerizing. They had poetry, like live poetry readings by some incredibly talented artists. They had musicians. They had the Motini Children's Choir, who not only sang but performed Depka. They were so cute, guys. They were so cute and so talented. Like, I am so in awe of these children. And it was just a beautiful event full of beautiful people. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that at all. Literally everyone there was gorgeous. Okay. And not to toot my own horn, but I would like to say that the pro-Palestine, anti-imperial, anti-colonization, anti-genocide community here in Los Angeles is on another level. Okay. And even just being in the presence of all the positivity was incredible because literally every time I turned around, people were smiling. Everyone was in a good mood. It was just an unlimited amount of positive energy, and it just felt so good to be there. In true Los Angeles style, you cannot go anywhere in the city without having to sit in an excruciating amount of traffic to go anywhere. And as I was sitting in traffic on my way to the event with my children, I was just telling myself, once you get there, you are going to be so happy that you drove there. And sure enough, once I was there, I was just ecstatic. I couldn't stop smiling. It was a really, really cool event. They raised over $31,000 for Lebanon and Palestine. And I saw our friend, Lara Salman, who, if you have not listened to her well-rooted episode, go back and find that episode. She is incredibly insightful and creative and smart and just is so her art is so revolutionary, and she talks about, and I told her when I saw her, I said, I quote you at least once a week. She has this great quote that she said in the episode where she says, art should be a revolutionary force. You cannot be a true artist without being revolutionary, because art and creation in itself is a revolutionary act. And yeah, go back and listen to that episode. But they put on such a great event that raised over $31,000. And I saw that she shared on her story the other day that they are now looking for a venue for next year that's even bigger, that can house up to 3,000, if not more people. And that just is a testament to how successful this event was. I can't wait for the next one. We got home at 7:30 and my 6-year-old was like, I want to go back to Nochella. Like, my kids never asked to go back anywhere. They'd rather stay home most of the time. So the fact that my 6-year-old wanted to go back is just the icing on the cake. I can't wait for their next event. And to have raised money to help our brothers and sisters in Palestine and Lebanon is the ultimate goal. So well done to Diaspora People's Place, For Your Viewing Pleasure, Laura and Vanessa, incredible work. Midnight Books, and everyone that was involved. We saw a lot of our past guests there. Knafe Queens was there selling her award-winning knafe. As I said previously, Laura Sunman, along with Vanessa, was there from For Your Viewing Pleasure. I ran into Farah, who was on the show a few weeks ago. She looked stunning. Ran into a lot of friends. Layla Shakely was there, who was on our last interview episode. She was there with her son as well. So it was so nice. It's so nice to see your friends. It's so nice to get to hug your friends. And it's so fun to get to connect with people in real life that you only see online or that you've only talked to online. I connected with so many people in person that I've only connected with online or on social media. So that was another plus. And it runs back to our previous, Rooted recap episode where I talked about finding community and how important it is. And sometimes we get really set in our ways where we feel like interacting online is enough. And don't get me wrong, as I just said, I formed connections with people online and through social media. Social media can be a great thing if used with the correct intention. And I still stand on that. But nothing compares to in real life interactions with people. Nothing compares to being in the same room with others that you respect and that you enjoy and that you have love and admiration for. And feeling that energy in real life just does not compare to anything else. So whether it's an event for 1,500 plus people or just 15 people or just 5 people, find people that you connect with, that you relate to, that are in solidarity with you and your values, most importantly, and hold on to those people and cultivate ways in which you can grow that group and that community, because it really is irreplaceable. So that was an incredible event. Can't wait for the next one. The following weekend, this past weekend, I got to go to Coachella for the first time. I've never gone. And I went for Saturday. I only went for one day because I don't know how people do 3 days. I'm in awe of them. I will stick to doing one day and one day only. And that was more than enough for me. I believe that we should be as intentional with our energy and who we give our energy to as we should be with our money and the brands and companies that we give our money to. I prescribe to the mindset of giving my energy and my support to artists that are deserving of it, just as I give my money and attention to brands and businesses that are deserving of it. And what I mean by that is I was very intentional with the artists that I went and saw on Saturday at Coachella. And I'm very, very lucky that the day that I ended up going was a day full of MENA artists that were just killing it. So the first artist we went and saw was Mahmoud Orhan. We caught a little bit of it because we did walk in during his set. He is a Turkish DJ who I've seen before, incredibly talented. So caught a little bit of that. But what I was really excited to go witness and support was DJ Habibeats premiere at Coachella at the Dulab stage, which if you've ever been to Coachella and you've seen the Dulab stage, it is probably the most stunning stage there is there. So they definitely got a really great stage. It was him and a Pakistani DJ named Zainab. I think she's at Zainab NYC on Instagram. If you don't already follow her, she's incredibly talented and gorgeous. They did a B2B. Wow, you guys, DJ Habibeats had the entire crowd at the Dulab stage singing Nancy Ajram, dancing to Dami Falastini. It was such a moment in MENA diaspora culture. I have to say, it was such an incredible show. I'm so happy I got to be a part of it. We were on stage dancing with them. I was so proud and happy for his management, Grassfed Music, which, if you don't know, is owned by Palestinians as well. It's owned by Nael Atway Niall Atway and Elise Hayek. They are a couple who have basically, done the work to get their artists to Coachella. And I remember seeing Elise post a few weeks ago saying that she always said she would not go to Coachella until one of her artists got booked for Coachella. And sure enough, her artist is booked for Coachella. And it was so nice to see her enjoying her success and all the hard work that she put into getting him there. And you can just see how passionate and proud her and Niall were of the hard work they put into getting DJ Habibeats on that stage at Coachella. It was an incredible, incredible moment. I mean, you had to be there. But if you weren't there, I hope you can like watch it soon because it was so beautiful. Um, but yeah, I never in my wildest dreams thought I would be on stage at Coachella dancing to Dammi Falastini with, all these white people. I mean, they were loving it. They were eating it up. The funniest thing was there was someone in the audience who made a poster of Sabrina Carpenter, or I should say AI Sabrina Carpenter doing a Zaghroota. So I thought it was hilarious and such a full circle moment to have that poster at the DJ Habibeats set of all places at Coachella. Speaking of Sabrina Carpenter, there's been a huge response to her first weekend's performance where someone does the Zaghroota, and of course she responds with, "What is that? I don't like that. Is that your culture?" etc. And I totally get the response. I get the backlash. I mean, I think I think this just further proves that not all artists are meant for festival stages. She has a very specific persona that she uses during her tour for her own audience. It comes off very like funny and quirky and dry, and passive aggressive. And it works. It works for her when she's on tour. I don't think that translates very well to a Coachella stage or to a Coachella or festival audience. It just made her appear very uncultured in more than one sense, I would say. It made her appear very uncultured in terms of Arab culture. It also made her appear very uncultured in terms of festival culture because Zaghroutas are pretty common at raves and at music festivals. So it's nothing new. So yeah, I just feel like her response wasn't great. And I think she was just trying to stay in character. If anything, she did apologize for it. I don't think it's something we need to all dwell on for so long, but it is something that as Zainab get to talk about as much as we want to. And I love the fact that someone made a poster of it. I definitely did a Zaghrouta while on stage with DJ Habibeats. I mean, why would I not? And I'm actually more happy with Sabrina Carpenter because she brought out Susan Sarandon. And if you don't know, Susan Sarandon was fired from her agency right after October 7th for speaking up for Palestinian human rights. And I respect that a lot more. And I have more respect for Sabrina for bringing her on stage than I do anger or hate towards her for not knowing what a Zaghrouta is. But again, we're not going to let it go because we're Arab, right? Who else did I see? Oh, I saw Bedouin. So after DJ Habibeats, we ran over to Yuma and we saw Bedouin. Bedouin is a DJ duo made up of an Egyptian and Jordanian. I believe their names are Tamid and Rami. They are incredible. So we watched a little bit of their set before finally running off to Quasar so we can go watch DJ Snake take down Coachella. I mean, nothing compared to his performance. I'm sorry, maybe I'm biased. Okay. This is my third time seeing DJ Snake live. Every single time, it's better than the last. No performance is ever like the other. Incredible performance. He had two sets, which he performed with other DJs, and it was very reminiscent of 2012 Trap. It was very reminiscent of a lot of his old work, but it was such a good performance. The energy was 10 out of 10. No notes on DJ Snake whatsoever. It was so funny because he ended with his Justin Bieber song, which is Let Me Love You. And it was just a great outro that led to the Justin Bieber performance that was immediately after him. So everyone did collectively walk over to Justin Bieber's performance right after that, which had already begun. I will say the kid sounds great live. He sounded great. Did we stay for the whole performance? No. I think we lasted like 10 or 15 minutes, to be honest. Was it great for the Bieber fans? Absolutely. Was it something that I'm going to stick around for? Absolutely not. Um, so we were out of there. And then we've had a couple other parties to go to. It was a great experience. My legs are still sore. Okay. I mean, more power to those that can take on the 3 days, but me in my late 30s, we're not doing more than one day. That's for sure. But overall, a really great positive experience. And I know there's a lot to be said about Coachella as well. I mean, we live in a very capitalistic society and none of us are really perfect at navigating it right now. But all we can do is try our best and show up for our people when they are invited into these spaces and show up, give support, take up more space and make our presence known. That to me is very important. And I really think we need to make sure that we are supporting artists just as we are supporting businesses that are of conscience and that reflect our values. And one thing that I love about artists like DJ Snake, who of course is French Algerian, is yes, he's an incredible artist and he makes incredible music and you know that is not disputed, but he is someone of a great integrity as well and has consistently spoken up for the Palestinian people, even to the extent that the French president in 2024 attempted to contact him and his team to get him to remove his tweets where he called Netanyahu a war criminal, where he was saying free Palestine, and he refused. And that is an artist I will show up for time and time again. That is an artist of integrity, of moral ground, and that is someone who I will walk in the desert for any day. Make sure you are supporting artists. There's more than one way to show support. And I loved being able to show up with my more local community at Nochella. And it was great to be able to show up and raise money for our brothers and sisters in Lebanon and Palestine and to connect with our more local community. And Nochella is something I will not bypass ever. Like I will be at every Nochella that they decide to put on from now on. 110%. And I will also continue to show up for my people when they are invited onto these bigger stages and given opportunities that they worked really hard to attain. That I will never stop doing as well. I also want to point out that typically CEOs, founders, entrepreneurs tend to be less front facing. Their identities tend to be more ambiguous. They're not necessarily shown as much as artists are. And artists are very front facing. We know who they are, we know what they look like. And right now, speaking up for Palestine, speaking up against Zionism, against Israel, is very risky business. And it can have negative effects on money and on numbers and on analytics when it comes to business. And it can also be really dangerous. The more front facing you are, such as an artist, the more at risk you are. And that's why I feel very compelled to really stand by artists and creators who do speak up and use their platforms to speak out against Zionism and against Israel as it commits genocide on Palestinians and now Lebanese people. And I'm going to keep doing that. And I hope you do the same. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, please send it to a friend. Go back, listen to our episode featuring Laura Salman, co-founder of For Your Viewing Pleasure. Go back and listen to our episode featuring Knafa Queens. Go back and listen to our episode featuring Layla if you haven't already. It's from last week. And go back the week before, listen to Farah's episode. We also have an episode that features DJ Habibeats manager, Niall Atway, and the founder of Grassfed Music. So you can go back. It's one of our earlier episodes and listen to that one. It was a great episode. You can hear me fangirl all about DJ Habibeats during that episode as well. Leave us a review, comment, subscribe, whatever you can to help us grow. All these interactions really help us chart higher on the charts so that we reach a broader audience. And what could be better than that? What could be better than getting our stories out to as many people as possible and educating them on who we truly are on a human level? Thank you for listening. My name is Haneen, and we are Well Rooted.